was a delayed start, Curt Cruz, a delayed start.
That was suspending, that was building the tension. That was
Wait for it. Curt and Jen podcast.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, thanks for joining us Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you could like, follow, subscribe, we would be very happy about that.
It's free and it's easy and quick.
Why didn't you tell me? Look at this looks like I just woke up hair.
If you're watching on YouTube, which you can do, but also on your favorite podcast platforms.
Oh, I always look like I have just woke up hair. Okay, that's not.
You'll see that Curt's hair is a little large and in charge.
That's true. It looks like I look like Heat Miser.
What do you have coming up on the show today?
We have a lot of great things, Jen, as always. Thank you again for tuning in for a great show, including why you might want to become an IRS agent. Why would you want to do that? We'll let you know.
And classic Christmas movies that are returning to theaters, along with things that are normal to have one of, but strange to have two of. That was our question of the day that we put on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. The most fun cities and best cities for singles. We have Simon Cowell, Mr. Sunshine, Mr. Lighthearted. He is apologizing for something. And finally, we have Oxford Dictionary's word of the year, and that is actually 2 words. Is this correct?
2 words.
The word of the year is 2 words. Okay, Here we go.
I just wanted to bring this up because I'm like, what in the hell? There's a 60-year-old man in China who was dealing with this stomach pain and bloating. And then he realized it was a plastic lighter that he swallowed on a dare 30 years ago. And when the doctors removed it, it still worked.
In his defense, if you had to ask me something that happened 30 years ago, I may not remember it. However, if I had swallowed an actual a butane lighter, like a Bic lighter,
yes,
I would have remembered that. And if they said you're having stomach pains, maybe that has something to do with it. Well, you would have thought he would have noticed that. Guess what? In 30 years, this thing has not passed through me.
One would think. I mean, how do you swallow a lighter? That makes me want to gag.
See, sometimes young men do stuff that is stupid.
Do dumb things. That's right. Okay. Well, we can move on from that. You don't have to say anything else about that.
Sometimes there's alcohol involved, all right? Yeah.
Well, wait a second. If he swallowed it 30 years ago, he was 37 years old.
Like I said, dudes.
People. Okay.
That's the joy of being a male.
Whatever.
Doing stupid. All right. So Amazon is testing now. They've got this new unbelievable, ultra fast, 30 minutes or less deliveries. They're going to test this out in some areas. Of course, Seattle is one of those areas.
That's why I put this in here, because Seattle is one of the testing areas. However, I looked on my Amazon, in my Amazon account, because it says that if you look in, what did it say? If you look, you should see the ultra fast delivery. If you live in Seattle or Philly areas, you can check the Amazon app and homepage for 30-minute delivery option in the nav bar, but I did not see it when I went there. So I wonder if you have to be literally in the city.
Well, maybe there's so many, maybe it's only a few items that this is available on. You have to pay $13.99. That's the starting price to get a 30-minute delivery. If you're a Prime member, your charge will be discounted to $3.99. A small basket fee of $1.99 will also be added to orders below $15, a basket fee.
And then you also can, of course, tip your driver.
Right. Well, are they using drones for this?
No, they're using peepos.
Okay.
Peepos.
Well, I wonder what the basket fee was for. I figured if they had a drone, they'd have to put in a basket and...
Well, I don't know. Maybe the basket, it's like a service fee at a restaurant.
Okay.
Just one of those fees that you get to pay if you want ultra fast delivery.
Oh, I know that this is a side. Are we done with that story?
Yes.
I got something for me because you just love Christmas so much, and I thought you'd enjoy this mug.
Believe in the magic of Christmas. Did that come from the Hallmark Channel?
No. But do you see the size of it?
It's mega. It's a mega mug.
How could you possibly? This has got to be.
Curt is holding up, for those of you that cannot see, a white mug with a bright, cheery red handle, and then in red and black and green, it says, "Believe in the magic of Christmas." Of course, in some fun fonts.
And so here's the thing.
It's a size.
You know what this is? this is some holiday decor. It's supposed to be used for like a planter or maybe as a candy dish or something like that. I looked at it and I said, that is a giant mug. I'm going to actually drink out of this mug, but this has got to hold at least like 2 liters or something. There.
Something. Kurt's mega mug.
You weren't as impressed as I thought you would be.
I'm impressed.
I got it just for the show, and you're like, yeah, meh. I want to talk about the fact that I'm getting married. Meh, meh, meh.
I know you love music, Curt. This story is all yours.
What the story is accepting the fact that I am beyond the age of knowing or caring about most of these songs. It just made me realize that when we were in radio, I had to stay up on these things, and now we don't. Apple Music's top artists and songs of 2025. Immediately, I went to Taylor Swift, right? Just because she's the top of everything.
There's not one Taylor Swift song on this list.
Apple Music releases year-end data. 2025 was a good year for some people. The top 10 songs of 2025 from Apple Music. Number 10, Just in Case, Morgan Wallen. Number 9, I Had Some Help, Post Malone and Morgan Wallen.
That one.
8, Love Somebody, Morgan Wallen.
That one.
Number 7 is Nokia by Drake. Die with a Smile, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. Number 6. Huh?
That one was a good one.
TV Off, Kendrick Lamar featuring Lefty Gunplay. Never heard it. I'm the Problem, Morgan Wallen. Number 4. 30 for 30, SZA featuring Kendrick Lamar. Not Like Us, that one I know, as number 2 from Kendrick Lamar. And number 1 is Luther, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA. So basically the top 10 songs of 2025 were split up by like 4 people.
Yeah, and so Kendrick Lamar had 4 and Morgan Wallen had 4, and then there was a few others sprinkled in there.
On the global chart, it's Appetite by Rosie and Bruno Mars. That actually I agree with. That's a every now and again I get a good call, and I was like, first time I heard that I was like, that's a smash hit record, and it was a smash hit record. But there's been a lot of other times that I've said that's a smash hit record, right? I'm making fun of a national, by the way. There was a national. I'm not going to name names. A national record promoter, a promoter back in the day. And he's like, "Yeah, Curt, hey, have you heard the record yet? It's a great record. That's a smash hit record. You got to play the record." So
who was it? I want to know.
There's an East Coast dude. Yeah, you got to play that record. Nobody that you know.
Okay.
So anyway, I tend to say record, and that's the end of that story.
Okay.
Give me a second here. I was all concerned with the other record. I got some cleverness here for the next story. All right.
Oh, my back hurts today. Dang, I gotta.
God, we're old.
Okay, you should set your thermometer to a certain degrees in winter, and that magic number is 68.
What do you have? Do you have a number like right now? Can you say, oh yeah, the house is set at blah?
I think it might be set at 69.
Oh, Jesus. All right. This says 68 degrees is the magic number. When it starts to get cold, you grab a blanket first, you go straight to the thermostat and turn up the heat. U.S. Department of Energy says a sweet spot is 68 degrees when you're awake, and if you're asleep, or out of the house, they recommend dropping it a little bit lower. And this is something that my wife, Dana, has been a big fan of since I've known her, that particularly the sleeping part. During the day, it's like be comfortable. But at night, some people will drop the thermostat a couple degrees. She'll turn it off. And in the morning, you wake up and the house is 57 degrees and it's cold. But apparently that's better sleep for you.
It's not Friday, but I'm going to give you a fun fact. The lower the temperature inside your home, the more slowly you'll lose heat. So keeping the thermostat at a lower temperature can save energy in a few ways.
Lower the temperature inside your home, the more slowly you'll lose heat.
That's because there's no heat.
All right. I'm sure that there's some math there that works out. My tired ass can't figure it out right now.
All right, let's move on to movies.
Okay. Some classic movies.
I kind of like this idea that apparently there's not enough smash hits going into the theaters, that they're bringing back old Christmas movies. Is that it?
I think it's for nostalgia too. Some classic Christmas movies that are going to be back, obviously for a limited time. back in theaters this month. And I would say this is a pretty solid list of movies that I might pay to go see in the theater just for the experience, you know?
There is one on this list that I'm like, that is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, okay.
Here's what they're bringing back.
This is in no particular order. AMC and Regal Cinemas are bringing back Christmas Vacation to a few theaters for a short time.
Christmas Vacation. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It's the 25th anniversary. Regal Cinemas is going to play that.
Elf is going to be at AMC Theaters, Cinemark, and Regal Cinemas. Polar Express.
Elf is also on the big stage at
that's right, Paramount
at the Fifth Ave.
Fifth Ave. Okay. What I say? Oh, Polar Express is at AMC Theaters and Regal Cinemas, and Love Actually, AMC Theaters and Regal Cinemas as well.
Okay, Regal Cinemas is also going to have Scrooged.
And then the one that you don't think is a Christmas movie.
Gremlins? Is Gremlins a Christmas movie for real?
It's one of those ones that was kind of, I mean, it happened around Christmas.
Is it like Die Hard?
Well, Die Hard, they were having a Christmas party when everything went haywire. So, yeah, in both of those cases, it's up for some debate. I don't want to get into it because...
Okay. Cinemark and Regal Cinemas is A Christmas Story. It's a Wonderful Life, Regal Cinemas. And then Dr. Seuss The Grinch, the animated version, Cinemark, AMC Theaters, and Regal Cinemas. So I think that is kind of fun. I think you're right, Curt. The nostalgia of it all and being able to see it on the big screen again will be fun.
Isn't The Grinch like 30 minutes long? The animated, Dr. Seuss one?
I don't know.
Like a half hour?
I'm not sure. I don't remember movie times.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no, not I will survive.
It's nonsense about
I read this about somebody else recently too. Willie Nelson is verbalizing the fact and vocally letting people know that he's not dead.
I mean, this is the stupidness of AI.
Apparently, and that's something that I gotta wonder. I don't know how people are getting away with this with AI, because they could take a photo, they can find a photograph of you or me or anybody and say, oh, here Curt Cruz is saying that whatever, I mean, anything. And apparently they did that. There's an AI thing of Willie Nelson. Fake AI generated posts have been popping up claiming he collapsed, landed in the hospital. Some even used bogus photos of Willie hooked up to machines. None of that was real. So after I just dissed AI has something to do with this. Earlier this year, he had to cancel an outlaw music festival stop because a storm wrecked his gear, but rumor mills turned that into a health scare. Oh, it is AI. Okay.
I'm like, it is AI. I don't know what you're talking about. AI is
So Willie posted a few photos on Instagram of himself snoozing on the couch with the caption, "If you believe those AI death stories, one more time." So he is not in harm's way.
It seems like there should be some kind of law that you can't post that kind of stuff like that, because you're right, Curt, when you said like anyone can post something of you saying something that you didn't really say that could be derogatory or whatever. That's going to get you in a lot of trouble. And it's a lot of even if you didn't say it and they put something out there, there's a lot of pain in the assness that goes with trying to clear that up.
Right. They take physically, like me saying Jen Pirak is a blonde and therefore she's not very bright, which of course I would never say, nor do I think. But there it is.
I don't love it. It's
me saying it according to these people. Well, I just did actually say it. So now somebody's going to take that snippet.
Okay, let's move along.
I guess I'm giving myself, I'm overvaluing my opinion. Let's go with the question of the day, Jen.
Yes.
We did get some good answers on this one. The question is, what's something that's normal to have one of, but strange to have two of? I kind of thought that this was more from the aspect of, classic cars or whatever. But people went with
it could be any of that though.
Right, but a lot of people went with body parts. So clearly, well, let's get into it. And then so I guess my point is I'm not sure that the whole idea of the question was well, it'd be weird for you to have, 2 brains. It's like, well, yeah. So
Okay.
I think what you were looking for was,
Well, it could be any. I was looking for anything. There was nothing. There was no parameters. So body
All
parts,
right.
classic cars could be anything. So Randy said belly buttons. Leif said fallopian tubes if you're a man.
Corey says her husband Eric says noses.
Let's go back to the fallopian tubes, though. Even if you are a man and have one fallopian tube, isn't that kind of strange?
Right.
Okay. I like Carrie's answer.
Teenagers. It's strange to have more than one since they're so hormonal and, well, teenagers. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that, right? Vernon said spouses.
Brad said left foot.
People do refer to that, having 2 left feet.
I know. I think he was being funny there. Laurel said husbands. I can only love and take care of one.
Right. And Jen, by the way, this is what I think the idea was. Jen says 2 dishwashers. It is a godsend. There are some people that have 2 dishwashers if they have so many dishes to do or whatever. So she says it's normal to have 1 dishwasher. Strange to have 2.
You know what? Here's the thing. It's not that strange, especially if you are Jewish, but it's a certain kind of, it's like a very strict, right? They have to.
Yeah, they have one.
Ari, Ari, he has 2 dishwashers in his house. It's a thing. It's a religious thing.
It makes sense because they gotta, this is for the kosher. This is just for kosher food or whatever. And no non-kosher food can be in that dishwasher or whatever.
Dairy situation.
Eric said, my mind just went some strange places, so I don't think we want to know about that. Doug went with spouses as well, wives or husbands at the same time. And our friend Gerald, right thumbs. My cousin's husband has 2 right thumbs.
Interesting.
That'd be weird.
Well,
Well,
we have no words for that. All right. Here we go.
I was just trying to think if I could come up with anything else before we move on from that, but no, that was a good one. And we will have a brand new question of the day at the end of this broadcast.
Girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have. That's all they really want.
I threw this in because well, of course we disagree. Not you and I disagree with each other. I think we disagree with this list. They had the most fun cities in America. This is from
It's just a website that ranked the most fun cities in America. And the top, do we want to spoil
the top 2? I guess you would have a hard time arguing against.
Yeah,
they said the top 2
I agree.
most fun cities in America: Las Vegas and Orlando.
Yeah.
However, but here's the thing: Orlando, Disney World, right? That came in first or second place, the top 2. Anaheim, the home of Disneyland, came in 106th place.
That is weird. That is weird to me.
Yeah, but I think Anaheim, Disneyland to Anaheim is not, I guess, is...
Well, Orlando has way more things in that. It's not just Disney World. There's like a whole crap ton of parks. So they base this on 65 different metrics, including how many bars, restaurants, and festivals there are. They even factored in how far you'd have to travel to get to your closest bowling alley or frozen yogurt shop. So according to the results, the 10 most fun cities in America are, Curt, go.
Las Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Atlanta, New Orleans, Houston, San Francisco, Austin, Portland, and Cincinnati.
Portland is more fun than Seattle?
That's where I knew that's where we were going to go because of the competitiveness. We didn't see the whole list. We've just got the top 10 here and various other ones like Chicago's number 11.
Well, New York is 14.
Yeah, you'd think that'd be more fun than that. Los Angeles is 17, Honolulu number 18. So
Nashville 32. The least fun city is Pearl City, Hawaii.
The least fun?
The least fun. Pearl City, Hawaii.
I don't know Pearl City, Hawaii, but it must be lame. And then I'm thinking, it's Hawaii. How bad could it be, right?
I don't know.
This is the 3rd time we got... Okay, let's move on. I don't know what it is about the stories today. Let's move on here.
All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies.
From that, most fun cities to best cities for singles. You'd think there'd be some overlap here, right?
Yeah, you might. I would think that for sure. And there is some overlaps.
There is some overlap here.
But Seattle shows up on this list.
That's why I wanted to we wanted to salvage our rep.
This one's from
This
Wallet
was
Hub.
Wallet Hub, and they used 182 cities they compared across 35 indicators, not 65 this time, of dating friendliness. So the things like they've got dating opportunities, they've got fun and recreation, they've got economic. Those are all different ranks. And this time, Atlanta is number one.
Best cities that's the best city to be single in.
Followed by Las Vegas, Tampa, then Seattle, number 4 on this list.
We're number 4.
We're number 4. The rest of the top 10 for best cities for dating. Number 5, Denver, followed by Austin, Pittsburgh, Orlando, St. Louis, and Portland.
Portland again. Way to go, Portland.
No, you know that Portland is cool.
I think that if you ask the people that are single here in the Seattle area, if they thought that this was a good city to be single in, the answer would be a big NO.
If you've been single here, and I think this only maybe applies if you grew up here as well, if you spent your whole life here, I don't know. But as a person, as a transplant back in 2001, I found out about what they call the Seattle freeze, right?
That is a thing? You think that's a thing?
Oh, it's absolutely a thing. You grew up here.
Oh, okay. I'm friendly. I'll talk to anyone. You're not going to be frozen out from me. I
understand that. That's it seemed it was more like I spent most of my time in the Midwest, and here's how I liken it, or here's how I sort of define it. Was in the Midwest, at least when I was in Detroit and Chicago and stuff like that. You meet somebody new. It's like, hey, let's get together for lunch, or okay, when do you want to meet? Okay, here, blah blah blah, and then it actually happens. My experience in Seattle was you meet up with people. We should get together sometime, and you never hear from them again. So that could just be that they thought I was a dork. I don't know. But are you looking up Seattle freeze? Are you actually looking it up?
I'm not looking up the Seattle freeze. I'm not going to do it.
You're tuning out on me.
I'm not.
All right.
The Oxford Dictionary's word of the year is actually 2 words.
For the record, it seems like throughout the year we have different dictionaries with their different words of the year.
Sure, I was thinking the same thing.
Here's Cambridge's and here's Webster's and whatever. So now we're at the Oxford Dictionary's word of the year.
I will say that my daughter uses this on the semi-regular, so I'm familiar with it.
And it seems like it's more prevalent now than it has been in years past. But let's go with Oxford Dictionary's word of the year for 2025. Jen?
Rage bait.
Rage bait. They define it as online content deliberately designed to elicit anger or outrage by being frustrating, provocative, or offensive. This, I think, harkens back to something that we always used to talk about, and you being in marketing and radio in general is any publicity is good publicity. And so I think that's taken this to another level where, you know what, I'm going to get some extra clicks. I could put on here, the headline could be, let's say the headline could be, what was from earlier. Amazon is now testing out 30-minute deliveries. Okay, that could have been the headline. Or you could say, strange things are happening at Amazon. Is it going to affect you? Question mark. You're like, oh, crap. I wonder what that is.
They say it's being used 3 times more than it was a year ago, and it's not a new term. The first recorded use was over 2 decades ago. Someone used it in a forum in 2002 to describe the feeling of someone tailgating you in traffic and flashing their lights to let them pass, like they're trying to give you road rage.
Right. There was many years ago when I learned what clickbait was. It's all in the same lines, just something provocative to get you to click on the, Do you agree with rage bait
being the word of the year?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, here's the thing. Like you said, there's so many of these. It's like, okay, but I was just, in case you don't know what rage bait is, in case you don't have kids that use it or around anyone that uses it, now you know. Rage bait.
Since people not everybody's watching this video, if you could see Jen with her chin on her fist, I mean, I can finish the show by myself if you want.
Your mouth, keep going.
All right. Simon Cowell, not known for his politeness, let's put it that way. He is stepping forward to apologize for something, Jen.
Yeah, he's apologizing for being a big jerk in the early years of American Idol. And he was a big jerk. That's what everyone knew him as.
Right.
Simon Cowell.
That was his thing. Again, there's some rage bait. Oh my God, Simon Cowell said, what? I'm offended.
He's older now and wiser and also a dad, so he's sorry. He said, quote, I realized I'd probably gone too far. I didn't particularly like the audition days because they were long and boring, and I would get fed up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here's the thing about it. He was a jerk for sure, but that's what helped make the show.
That's that yin and yang. You're right. I think that people, it's tough to be that character without being hurtful. And I think that's why people didn't like him, because, he's like, you suck. There's more to this. He says, also, of course, out of 100 nice comments that I said, what are they going to use? They're always going to use me in a bad mood. I get that. What can I say?
Clickbait.
I'm sorry.
Clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
Rage bait. All the
right.
things.
Although what I do think is kind of baloney slices is he's like, I'm older now and wiser. It's like, it wasn't like he was 22 years old at the time or something where you could kind of excuse, I was just a kid then, but he
said what I just said too. He's like, I'm not proud of it, but let's put it I'm not proud of it, let's put that away. But then again, the upside is that it made the show really popular worldwide, and that is true. I believe that he would have been some nice guy and there wasn't any tension, that people might not have watched. Not many people would have watched.
That's actually true. And we knew this. We learned this too, doing the morning show. You don't want to have two people that agree with everything. It's like, if you say, I thought the movie was great. Well, I thought the movie was great. That's doesn't make for a great morning show on radio. I'm not saying you have to hate each other, but somebody should say, the fact of the matter is,
it wasn't that good.
What? It was what?
I said, somebody needs to say it wasn't that good if it really wasn't that good.
Right. If you're talking about Wicked Part 2, you're like, oh, it sucked. But it didn't, right?
It did not.
Okay. Is this accurate?
I'm anxious to hear what you think about this story. I mean, I don't think that I don't know if this headline is supposed to be like, oh my God, it is. But I think this is I wasn't shocked by this headline that the average child's allowance is now.
No, this is as of, I guess this year. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why it says the word now. The average child's allowance is now $52 per month. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know if this is supposed to be like, oh my God, you're kidding me. That's so much money to me. I'm like, okay.
Well, it's roughly $13 a week is what this group is saying. And it varies based on, how old the child is, how much work how many chores they've done, how tight money is in the house, I suppose. But I guess I'm trying to think of what we got for allowance. I'm trying to think from an inflation standpoint. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, my allowance when I was 12 was X amount of dollars, and that was enough to buy lunch at McDonald's or something, all right, every week. And so now, if it's $13 a week, now that's about enough to buy lunch at McDonald's once a week. So
yeah,
I'm saying that maybe that's not such a huge number as people are thinking.
I don't think it's a huge number at all. There are people that are like, this is ridiculous, this is too much money. But it's like you said, if you start to factor in all the inflation and what things used to cost, quote, back then, and what it costs now, that's not, I mean, yeah, I don't think it's ridiculous.
All right. Well, what are you paying allowance now?
No, that's the other thing. I mean, some people, there's a couple schools of thought. One is that you take care of your house and you don't get paid to take care of your house. It's just part of having a house that you get to sleep in and eat in and all that. And so you contribute. I'm in that camp.
Preach, mama.
Dwayne Macy's dad believes in paying her, so she gets the best of both worlds. So what house do you think she likes better?
I wonder.
Why you might want to become an IRS agent. They have
IRS agents, part of their job, and I don't think this is every IRS agent. The federal government is now essentially paying people to watch porn.
Well, they're
Clickbait.
paying people to watch OnlyFans, which is where you can definitely get a lot of porn because they need to have people auditing the OnlyFans accounts to make sure they're compliant.
Right. So some IRS agents' job will be paid to watch OnlyFans. There's a new, it says this because of the new, quote, no tax on tips law that Congress passed this summer. There's a carve out that says you still have to pay taxes on tips earned from, quote, pornographic activity.
Now, okay, so not everything on OnlyFans is porn, but most of it is. Influencers and even a lot of B-list celebrities have accounts. There's almost 5 million content creators on there. 5 million content creators.
Wow. IRS agents will have to watch the videos to determine whether the person's content is pornographic or not. That says that could be easier said than done. So yeah, where do you draw the line? There's no it says there's no true definition of what porn is. So these IRS agents might have to use the old standard. I know it when I see it, and I had to watch a lot to find it.
You can't, I mean, you know what? You got to define it if you're going to charge for it.
You got to define it?
Yeah, you've got to, I think that if you're going to start, you can't be subjective. If one agent thinks, no, that's not porn, that's just amateur hour right there. Well, okay, it has to be harder porn if we're going to charge for. No, define it. Put some definitions to it so it's fair across the board. And that people, and so people know.
Okay. I'm all right with that. You're fun today. I'm sorry.
As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow.
This is actually going to be our question of the day. I don't know if you read ahead. These are things that force you into the Christmas spirit, but our question of the day is things that instantly get you in the Christmas spirit.
So the story was, this is from The Guardian. They asked the staff of The Guardian to name things that make their Christmas spirit come out. Basically, how you can kind of trick yourself into feeling festive if you're like a grump. Should we offer any of them or?
Yeah, no, like there's the usual. Well, yeah, I mean, and people will probably use some of these, but the usual suspects: put up your tree, toss some lights onto your house, listen to some Christmas music.
Okay, those are good. That's a good primer right there. They probably, yeah. Okay. So let's say, whatever you do to get into the Christmas spirit, we want to know what that is.
Curt, is it for you? Is it when, the Hallmark Channel comes on with all their Christmas movies?
I'm not going to get into that.
Curt Cruz, in case you didn't know, has the Hallmark Channel on all the freaking time and Christmas movies run nonstop. And he claims that it's for the dogs.
And my wife, are you calling my wife a dog? I know what you're saying.
You told me that you guys have it on for the dogs. I'm not saying, I think it's because you guys really enjoy it and you love the Christmas movies that all have the same plot.
I think it basically, instead of watching something that's on in the background, you don't have to pay attention to, like Bob Ross making his paintings or golf. We're like, okay, just put something on. We don't have to think about. Because there's like 5 different plots to the Hallmark movie.
Does that put you in the Christmas spirit?
Yes. What instantly puts you in the Christmas spirit? That's our question of the day. Let us know. Let it snow. We'll have it for you on Friday with our next big show then. All right.
This was a punchy show for sure. All right. Yes. We'll see you on Friday. Until then, make good choices, find joy, spread kindness.
And laugh, please. It's good for the soul. And thank you for listening and watching.